Salutations, spooks, spirits, and specters, and welcome back to Clannad, Kotomi's route, where we're going through a little bit of a flashback. Even though we didn't go to the same school, I made a friend. I was rehearsing my violin by myself in the living room. My recital was coming up, so I was wearing the dress my mother had sewn for me. The black silky cloth made me feel like a big girl, so it was one of my favorites. After finishing my performance, a boy I had never seen before was in the yard looking at me.
あなたは誰？知らない人、お家に入れちゃいけないって言われてるの。
I was a little scared, but I gathered my courage to say that.
ここはどこ？私のお家。君は誰？ことみ。ひらがな3つでことみ。呼ぶときはことみちゃん。それ何？バイオリン。変な音。私はまだうまく弾けないの。でも先生がお弾きになるととってもいい音。
The boy laughed, so I laughed with him. He seemed a little different from the bullies at school.
あれあれ、ことみちゃんは誰とお話ししてるのかな？
My mother, holding a hamper, came in and saw the boy.
あら、かわいいお客さんね。
The boy started to run away, but my mother called to him gently.
あなたのお名前は？
The boy stayed quiet for a while, but then sulkily said,
岡崎智也。
そう、智也くんっていうの。
I was grabbing tightly onto my mother's apron. I was a little scared by my mother talking to a boy I didn't know.
知らない人、お家に入れちゃいけないって。
My mother lightly pushed against my back to get me closer to the boy.
智也くん、この人はね、ことみちゃんっていうの。お友達になってあげてね。
She bent forward and said this with a smile.
ほら、もう知らない人じゃないでしょ。
The boy was staring at my mother, and he nodded. Tomoya-kun and I became friends. Whenever evening approached, Tomoya-kun would visit me. He would always come into the garden through the gap in the hedge like a stray cat. I looked forward to Tomoya-kun visiting every day. I loved reading together and playing house. I loved playing hide and seek and tag in the yard. Tomoya-kun didn't seem to like any of those games though, but he would always try his best to play with me. Whenever we were indoors, my mother would always make sweets for us. I ate cakes, cookies, and cream puffs with Tomoya-kun. I always did halvesies with Tomoya-kun. Whenever it got dark, Tomoya-kun would go back home. And whenever I said, "See you tomorrow," he would look troubled. And he would always say, "I might not come tomorrow." I loved Tomoya-kun. There were times when he didn't visit, but he would come most of the time. May 13th was my birthday. My father promised to buy me a large teddy bear. I read in a book that girls typically wanted things like that. In truth, I didn't care what the present was. I loved the wonderful books that my father bought for me the best. I might have already realized this back then. I was somewhat different from Tomoya-kun and the others at school. Maybe that's why I wanted to be with them. I wanted to make many more friends. When I told that to Tomoya-kun, he promised me that he would definitely come to my party. I looked forward to it very, very much. But Tomoya-kun never came, and I never got my teddy bear. My mother and father had sudden business to attend to, and they were going overseas.
お父さんの嘘つき。お母さんなんて大嫌い。
ごめんね、ことみ。どうしても行かなくちゃならないの。
だってお約束したのに。お誕生日はお父さんもお母さんも一緒にいてくれるって。おっきなクマさんプレゼントしてくれるって。それからお誕生会してくれるって。ともやくんも呼んでいいって。
No matter what arguments I made, my mother and father would not cancel their trip.
冷蔵庫にね、ごちそうがあるから。冷めても美味しいものがたくさん作ってあるからね。
大嫌い。
ともやくんが来たら2人でたくさん食べなさい。
大嫌い。
お手伝いさんに来てもらうようにしたから、他に欲しいものがあったらお手伝いさんに言いなさい。
大嫌い。
I watched as my mother and father put on their shoes. A suitcase was placed in the hallway. It was my father's usual suitcase. It was a shiny silver suitcase he used to put important things in.
大嫌い。
ことみちゃん。
My mother looked so sad. My father said nothing.
そうだ、飛行機に乗る前にクマさん探してあげる。空港から送ればきっとお誕生日に届くから。とびっきり大きなクマさん送ってあげるからね。
いらないもん。何にもいらない。
What I really wanted wasn't a teddy bear. I wanted my mother and father to be with me. I wanted them to be with me and Tomoya-kun to celebrate my birthday.
お父さんもお母さんも大嫌い。大嫌い。
すぐに帰ってくるからね。本当にすぐだから。
大嫌い。大嫌い。
All I did was repeat, I hate you. It's as if I had forgotten any other words. I thought that saying that would maybe keep them with me.
ことみ、いい子にして待っていなさい。
My father gently placed his hand on my head. And then he picked up his suitcase. The door closed with finality. I was all alone. My mother and father never returned. After they left, I cried the whole time. I was always a crybaby, but that was the first time in my life that I cried so much. I cried and cried When I was worn out from crying, I went to sleep. When I woke up, I cried some more. When morning came, I was still alone. I brushed my teeth and washed my face. Then I went to open the refrigerator. It was full of my mother's cooking and the sweets she had baked. I felt like eating the apple pie. Using the largest fork I could find, I did my best to cut it in half. I took the slightly larger half and put it back in the refrigerator. I was saving it for Tomoya-kun. Tomoya-kun would come over around evening. He would be here to celebrate my birthday with me. The apple pie was chilled, moist, and sweet. It was very delicious. After I finished it, I felt a little better. I got on a footstool to wash the dishes, but suddenly the doorbell rang. I thought that maybe the maid had arrived. But what if? Maybe my mother and father had come home. I hurried down the hallway. Then I unlocked the door. There were many adults standing there who I did not recognize.
Kotomi ちゃんだね。こんにちは。
And I will end the video here. So thank you all very much for watching. And ciao for now. Ciao for now.